Welcome everybody to Command Combat Battle Reports. Today we have Total War Attila, and we are going to have the Visigoths versus Western Empire, Western Roman Empire. With me today is Cliff, and he's going to give some historical perspective to all of this. So let's take a look at the forces here. We'll actually go in on them. We have actually over here is the this is the Germans. This is the Visigoths. And then over here, I believe this is the Romans. Yep, there we go. Okay, it said s'mores. Hope they're not fighting s'mores. Alright, so, or they're going to maybe make s'mores of them. So, on the Visigoth side, we have over here, we have the Talfali cavalry. Is that what they're called? Talfali is what it says. T-A-L-F. Oh, Typhali. Typhali. What are they like? Do you know anything about them?
Not really. If they're
medium melee,
cavalry.
yeah.
So they're
eager and their general is alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a good thing. You have Germanic archers up here at the front. And
regular archers. The Romans have used these guys as auxiliary troops for years, and so they know how to fight. They know how to fight Romans.
Okay. Because, yeah, they were in their army.
Yeah, they were in their army.
And they have very light crossbowmen. So they're in the center, and then more archers over on the left. So basically, you got two lines of archers backed up by crossbowmen, which is sort of unusual. You'd think the crossbowmen would be in the front. But anyway, alright, so then you got spearmen behind them, and this is Germanic spearmasters.
They've got a massive shield wall, and they have the advantage of long spears, big shields, heavy men, heavy armor, and it's going to be a push-pull situation.
Although I don't know how well they're going to do with their guy nodding off there. That looks like the guy
That's a standard bearer.
The standard bearer, yeah, getting bored. Yeah. All right, behind him we've got Gothic Falksman.
The Falks is this long sword right here.
All right.
By this time, these Falkses, they could take off a man's arm with one stroke. Now, the Romans adapted to that by giving their soldiers with the sword arm a scaled armor. Oh. So you have shield, armored arm, and your gladius where you can stab. Because these guys were designed to just take that sword arm off.
All right. So they won't. So they wouldn't bother them. Mm-hmm. All right, and then back here you got the noble Germanic horsemen.
Oh yeah, these are the aristocrats.
Oh, okay.
These are the rich guys, and all rich guys are always on horseback.
All right. Well, they look wealthy. Oh, these guys look a little more wealthy.
This is the King's Guard, probably.
A Gothic general.
Yeah.
They're guarding the Goth leader.
Where is he at?
Let's see. Actually,
should be in the front. Should be in the front.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's the one with the best looking uniform. Yeah.
Well, I think he's got blue, so maybe that's what they're meaning by best looking uniform. Because it is a little bit more shiny.
Yeah,
it's a little goldish.
He's the king.
It's good to be king. All right, so that's their setup. Basically, this is what it looks like in terms of their setup.
The light cavalry is going to try to flank the Romans. Is what they're going to try to do. They hit the Romans on the flank, run over their their archers and their light infantry. They're just going to try to chop them up that way.
So that's what the cavalry is probably going to do?
That's what the light cavalry is going to probably do.
Let's see. There's they're medium?
The medium melee cavalry. The heavy guys are to do to be the juggernaut, like tanks. They run right through the line.
Oh, all right. Well, it's the way they have it set up. It's kind of interesting. You have the medium cavalry over here, way over on the side. Mm-hmm. You got the archers up the front. So clearly, the infantry is meant to be marching forward. Because then you have spearmen behind the archers, and then those Gothic falksmen in the back, and you have all the cavalry over here. So it seems like they're going to try to do something on their left flank.
Yeah.
With their cavalry. Meanwhile. Okay, let's look at their enemies over here. These are the Western Romans. You have on their left, their right flank, our left.
Ballista.
Ballista. What is it? Chio Ballista. All right, kind of like a Chio pet.
Yeah.
It looks like they're getting. Wow, that is a complex. I got to look at that thing. That is a complex weapon.
Yeah.
Have you seen those before?
Yes, I have. This is the light. This is the light ballista where you can roll up really quick, load it fast, but it takes all these guys to move it. These guys back there in the back, they help run it along. But these are the firers. A loader and you got a loader and a firer. And so that guy cranks up the bow, pulls it back, and these are steel, iron bolts they're sending through. It can take out 2 or 3 guys at one shot.
Oh, so that's the intention, is to take out multiple people.
Yeah.
All right, so then we got crossbowmen, elite ballisti,
Yeah.
medium crossbowmen. The other one was light crossbowmen.
Yeah.
It looks like they got a head of a pig. You got very light slingers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna sling something. All right, and then exculcatores. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Let's see what this.
Oh, sorry. Here it says light skirmishers.
Mhm.
They just throw their spears or something.
Yeah, these guys run up real quick and stab and run away, and they lure you in. They try to lure you in and work around your flank, and they throw a lot of spears.
Sounds like every 5-year-old I've known.
Yeah. Oh my God, they got trebuchets back there.
And yeah, then you got okay, way back here. You got big old trebuchets.
Good God in heaven.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to just sit back and lob things at them.
Well, that's where I guarantee you that's where the light cavalry is going to go for.
Okay.
These guys.
Try to take them out.
Oh yeah.
All right, behind the slingers, I think it was we have heavy spear infantry. So this seems to be the
This is the main muscle right here.
Muscle of their army, and there's their Roman legions there. They don't have the big spears or the big shields like you're used to. Actually, because I would wonder why would they get rid of that? Is that where they just heavier?
It's changing styles, and you have the this is going back to the long spear where you stand your ground and push the other side. Used to be with the long body shield, it was because you were basically a sword army. You needed a big shield to cover up your flank. But this with the long spear, you're not going to let the guy get that close.
Okay, and they just changed that style just because they wanted to attack
It's
it.
a different, you're fighting a different enemy, and it's.
Just this was more useful?
Yeah, it's more useful at the time.
And this guy seems to have something stuck in his foot. He's using his spear to kind of...
He doesn't look happy.
He's digging something out of that toe. Behind him, okay, these are a little bit longer of the shields. These are heavy melee infantry. Oh, I see. So the melee infantry will have the shield because it's more useful along with the short sword.
See, they're carrying swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're carrying swords. These are swordsmen. They're going to rush, they're going to walk in and stab you to death.
All right. So yeah, a lot of the big long line of just that heavy melee infantry. So this is clearly their heavy area because you have the spearmen in front and then the swordsmen behind, guarding their flank are scout equites,
Yeah.
light melee cavalry.
Yeah.
With shock cavalry on the flank.
Yeah.
All right, and I think that's on the other side. Yes, you have medium
cavalry.
All right.
The Scoli.
This is what they look like. All right.
These guys are pretty heavy. These guys are pretty. The only ones heavier than them would be the cataphracts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're completely covered over, look like knights in shining armor.
What's interesting is it really seems like the Romans have the advantage here, which they usually do, but it's just with in Total War where you're supposed to have even points, it seems like the Romans have equal numbers but stronger units.
Yeah, well, see the spearmen, those are for the falksmen. Those guys with the spear, those are the guys with the falks. You notice the guys with the falks do not have chest armor.
Okay, yeah, right.
They have to get in arm's length with that falx to kill.
Yeah.
So you got the spear guy gets up there, and that spear is at least 12 feet long.
Yeah.
And so you pin him on that. He's got to get, and see, he has to do this.
Yeah.
With the falx. Well.
Yeah, arms over the head.
Yeah. And so he gets he gets in there with those spears. He's a dead man.
Well, so what do you think that the Romans are going to do? What do you think their strategy is going to be?
Well, they're going to probably suck them into the center right here, while these guys on the swordsmen on the flank move out around and catch them in between,
Okay.
and push them in, and just stab and stab and stab while the spearmen keep pushing them back. And
Okay. Well, meanwhile, you think the Goth strategy will be to probe them with the cavalry?
well, they're gonna probe them, but I think that light cavalry, that medium layer, is gonna try to get behind and get those
Get back here and get the trebuchet.
get those trebuchets.
Meanwhile, what do you think that they should do with their infantry?
But if they can run fast enough before those guys can load those ballista and those trebuchets, they may be get it close enough that the trebuchets won't do them. There won't be any help to them.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of difficult for the Goth here, because at long range the Romans can hit them with the trebuchet and with the ballistas, but at close range they have those spearmen and the swordmen.
And they've got crossbowmen. The other side has crossbowmen too. So there's going to be a nasty duel at about 200 feet apart with the crossbows.
And yeah, it's true. And the Goth have a lot more of bowmen, so that's probably going to be a battle of the bowmen there.
Yeah, that's going to be a nasty little artillery duel.
So let's take a look here. Let's get out as far as we can so we can see as much of the two armies as we can. It's a little bit of a windy, sandy day, so let's get going. And it's okay. So
oh my God, those crazy counts are going straight for them.
Visigoths are heading forward. They're starting to move their what's it called? The archers forward towards them as well. But they're not sending their whole army. They're just sending individual pieces. Looks
skirmishers.
Yeah, basically looks like they're going to probe the enemy lines there. It might be that they don't see them. I mean, we're seeing everything in this overhead mode. But it could be that in the battle itself they could not see each other.
The artillery, the archers are taking out their cavalry.
Oh my goodness, that was already hitting a whole bunch of them. And that was actually the trebuchet, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Already.
Yeah, they're going for the flank. They're going to try and make the flank.
Yeah, they're going to
make that turn. That flank.
Oh, there's their front. Let's not deal with that. Let's not fight their front. Yeah. And here come the archers to fight at the front. Meanwhile, and now they're turning around and going the other way, the other direction. No, that doesn't work. Go this way.
Can't get out of the range of those trebuchets.
In fact, they're just kind of running around in front of them. And then they're getting shot at by the ballistas.
Yeah.
There we go. And now they're starting to go, but
that flank.
And the Romans are adjusting to them. I think that's what's happening, is they're moving, and the Romans are adjusting, and so they're not finding a way around. Oh, and look at that! They are getting traps there. Oh my God!
They've got abatis.
It just really seems like the Romans have the advantage.
This is a bad day for cavalry today. Everybody.
Yeah, they just cannot find a way around there.
They got a bad day, and they're fighting with this sand in the air. They can't see right. The visibility is so poor they can't see around them.
Yeah,
but they're free.
Oh, and they have moved. They have caused the Romans to move away their only archer unit.
Yeah.
So that leaves open. If they can bring their archers up here, they may be able to do something in a long-range battle, although they're moving quite slow.
Yeah, they've seen what happened to their cavalry. They're being very cautious.
Yeah, that's true. And now the cavalry's hanging out here, although they're gonna get hit by those things again. Yeah, rock versus horse. Rock wins. Only paper beats rock.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, but they are.
Oh!
God, this is bad. This is really bad for that melee cavalry.
Yeah, they have to.
They're still within range. They need to get out of range of these guys.
Either get out of range or take them down. But I think this is a bad move.
Artillery's coming. They're right into the artillery, into those archers.
And it's particularly into that ballista.
They've lost one cavalry unit, completely gone.
And now the Romans are going to come in with theirs.
Next cavalry unit is gone.
Yeah, that's it for the. Oh, lost like half of them. They're gone. So they have lost their cavalry already. That is bad for the Visigoths. Meanwhile, now the Romans feel secure.
They've moved. They've changed that whole axis here.
They're
within range of the Visigoth archers.
They're right. And they're adjusting over this direction, which is an interesting move on their part. Let me pause it and take a look at the overall shot.
Right? That was an artillery fire. I mean, not artillery, archer fire.
Yeah.
They walked right into them.
Well, and what's interesting now is now the Romans feel secure. They have moved away from it's the onager. They've moved away from their onager, moved their infantry forward, and they've actually become a bit scattered in pushing forward. It's like they've become overconfident.
They've lost their cohesion.
Right.
And so these guys were sacrificed. To pull them out of position.
And
leaving the onagers unprotected. The heavy cavalry can sweep in right now and hit those onagers.
Although they'd have to go a ways around because I think this is.
They still got those. Those abattises there.
But they can still do it. They can still accomplish it, and they just need to bring all these guys up quicker.
If the Romans are smart, they'll stop here, turn on their flank, and hit them from the side here.
Right. They have the strength of in terms of.
Who is this group over here near the gorge?
You mean of the
Visigoths?
Visigoths. This is the noble Gothic lancers. Yep.
And they're out in front of the abattis.
Yeah. So they.
Shock cavalry this is a good time for them to use their shock cavalry.
Well,
and there's some crossbowmen walking over this way.
Yeah. Now they've kind of, this is the time for the Visigoths to strike, but unfortunately I think they're as scattered as the Romans.
Yeah, they're scattered because they can't see what's going.
Yeah. I think that you're right. I think that there is a loss of sort of cohesion in the sand here, and the Visigoths are kind of getting the worst end of it. But let's see if we can bring them together, because the Romans are giving them an advantage. They're moving over this way for some reason. They're going up to this hill. Looks like maybe they're going to take this hill and use it for defense or something.
Well, they would get the advantage of being able to swoop down on these guys when they move.
Yeah.
And it's pulling them toward them.
Right. It's going, okay, you're going to have to fight our battle.
And that's leaving the onagers there to pin them. If they get them pinned on this hill, around this hill, the onagers can lay fire on them.
Right, although the onagers now are open out, they are basically out in the open.
Using fire on it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Oh, that's not good. They're hitting their archers.
Oh, that's got a few. Yeah. Ooh, it's getting all over the place. Ew.
They're going to wipe out those archers, and they've got to walk into them.
And now the archers are like, okay, we're going to finish them off.
They got to run.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit too many times with that. But it is interesting that the onagers are now completely out there in the open, like completely vulnerable. I would have thought the Romans would want to keep them more protected, but here the cavalry has gone up.
They chased the cavalry away.
Yeah, they chased them up. However, they ran, or they saw the spearmen and are getting out of there. And the spearmen are now. It looks like the spearmen are covering while the rest of the army is going up onto the hill. Again, they really want that hill for some reason.
Because they can lay fire down on top of these guys. They make them fight up a hill.
Yeah.
And they make them fight up a hill. And they. What did the archers do to those onagers? If those onagers are free.
Oh, there they go. They're moving. Oh yeah, if the onagers can just lay waste to these people.
And that's what they're doing.
Oh, they're hitting. Oh my God, they are taking out a lot of that cavalry, and now the cavalry is getting slowed as it moves through their own guys. But if they can get through, it looks like they are on their way to those archers. They're going to try to take out some of those people over here because they're trying to hit them while in motion. I think that's the whole point.
Yeah,
but now, now the Romans are coming in with their infantry, going, okay, come on in, suckers. And they're just like, no, all right, we'll just ride right on by you. Oh no, okay, we will take you on. No, those are swordsmen. Those are swordsmen.
And they've got the advantage on the hill.
Yeah. So now
the archers have got them pinned.
This is a bad day for the Visigoths. Yeah, they tried to pull back and got held up with the swordsmen. And now the archers are hitting all of. Oh my God! I didn't even know you could do that with crossbows. It's raining down on them. What's going on with the onager over here? It seems to be taking them a lot longer. What?
No, they've turned. The guys have turned their flank. They're trying to get within range with those crossbows. Who is this? Who's this right here?
This is the what's that called? The ballista.
They're going after the ballista.
Now they're going after the ballista. For some reason, they left the onager alone, which I'm not exactly sure quite why. But
because they were out of arrows.
Oh, ran out of arrows. Although you'd think they'd charge them, but it could be sometimes the player gets distracted with something like their horses being all chewed up.
They went for an easy victory.
Yeah, and they're just
they probably want to capture these doggone.
The enemy are ambushing
Although
us.
They're
they're kind of
by these guys.
they're just strolling. He's like, hey you, I'm not on your side. I'm gonna kill you. Meanwhile, all right, over here.
It looks like they're saying, "Look, we're just a bunch of working stuff. Let the nobles do it." Yeah, they got the falsemen.
Yeah,
And
looks like the spearmen came in there.
I told you, the spearmen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in fact, the falcon should be trying to take out their arms there. I mean, they could, disarm them.
But the spear is longer.
Oh, yeah, and that's...
And they're pushing the falsemen back.
Foxmen are out of there.
They're being chased off. Oh my God, this is bad.
This is bad for them. And now the spearmen coming in at the archers, gonna take them out. The archers are trying to hit something over there, and they're just gonna
chop them to pieces.
wipe right through them.
Hot knife and butter.
Yeah, exactly. So those archers don't have much of a chance. What's going on with it? It looks like some of the Foxmen are trying to regroup, and they are fighting. Okay, now the main fight is going on here, but it looks like they're just kind of like...
They're all being pushed over to this area.
Yeah, it looks like they're going after the top of the hill. They're like, okay, you can be on the hill, we're going to be on the hill too.
Yeah, but if they're on the hill and nobody's gotten those onagers, they're dead meat.
Yeah, although I haven't seen the onager fire in a while. Maybe they did actually cause them, because look, the crew is gone. So maybe they did hit them while we were looking away. They must have taken them out. Now, the archers are running, the spearmen are chasing after them. Meanwhile, the remainder of the Visigoths are heading up to the top of the hill so that they are no longer fighting uphill. In fact, I think it looks like they're going, look, we got a bigger hill than you. We're up higher than you.
They're growing, they're not staying on the hill.
Yeah, they're getting over to this side here.
They're giving their horse, their cavalry some
The men are running.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put the cavalry out in the open area so they can come around, maybe flank them over there. But basically, they just don't want to be in the valley there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they've lost more floutsmen. It seems like they just keep losing men, and I haven't seen the Romans really losing much at all. It's interesting, though. The battle started over here and just now shifted over to this hill over here.
You don't want to give your guy, if they pick the field, you want to take the advantage of his cavalry away from him. And that's what they had. They were going to use that cavalry flank.
Yeah.
And they made them shift.
Right, and they actually lost a lot of that cavalry. And they lost the cavalry to the very thing they were going to try to take out. Now now the Roman spearmen are pulled out. They've been chasing the Visigoths across that field, and finally have just given up and they're going back. And now the Visigoths are... Is it Visigoths or Goths? I forgot.
Visigoths.
Yeah, Visigoths. Started to move forward with that cavalry and went, nope, we'll pull out. I think what's happening is they're seeing it targets of opportunity. They're going after it, but then seeing the Romans counter it, they're pulling back, and that's sort of why the timing is just very off for the Visigoths.
Well, this is the difference between a civilized army and a bunch of barbarians.
Nah. So you give in to the barbarian belief. Alright, well now you have the one unit of Roman cavalry, but you got a couple. Trying to flank them. Now,
and pin them in place where the main army.
Oh, but now the Visigoths see them.
Yeah.
So now is finally, for once, the Visigoths actually get an advantage because they got them in the front, and you have some units missing them in the back. What the heck what is up with you Visigoths? They missed. They swung by, and now they just kind of continued swinging around rather than getting them in the flank. They could have taken that unit out, but instead their commander unit, their general, just continued on along and just missed them completely. Not sure what their logic is, but they're going over there.
Well, somebody set the trees on fire.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Somebody had flaming arrows or something. Oh, it looks like the Roman cavalry came up and got a flank on the spearmen here. Spearmen should be able to get the cavalrymen, but when they get flanked, not so much. And now they're pushing forward. Oh, they're using my strategy of sending crew.
Artillerymen
discharge.
They've got knives. They've got short swords.
Yeah, might as well use them. Hey, if they're not going to be using their crew. And yeah, there again is another crew. And you got Visigoth spearmen who are going forward at them. You do have the Visigoth cavalry that's over there, so they might still be able to do something. Actually, let's pause it here for a moment. Just take a quick look at the overhead. See what you think.
The Visigoths are done.
You think they're done completely?
Yeah, they're done.
They got the spearmen there. You got some swordsmen, but
Too many Romans in the field.
there really are. Although look at how scattered they are. Once again, you got spearmen here. Well,
but they're not scattered enough.
that's true. The Romans still have a.
They have the advantage of the hill there, and these guys, they've got 2 units that are dead. If they move that unit out of that crevasse there.
Which crevasse? This one?
Yeah. And swing down on this guy, this Visigoth right here.
Oh, you're talking about if they move this one
Yeah.
down to here. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, they definitely need to move them. And then, meanwhile, you have this cavalry duel happening over here. Let's take a look at what's going on over there. I just realized something. Okay. Alright. So, you got, the cavalry over here has moved over to the side, and the, the Visigoth cavalry has moved. They've got their rear to the Romans, but the Romans are not taking advantage of it. They just continue to move over there, and meanwhile, big fights happening over here. Oh, and they're going to just try to take out the Visigoth general.
Yeah, they're king.
A lot of it seems to be that the Visigoth player just is probably looking other places, because he's got to be moving these guys, but he's not. Which clearly because he's probably, over here maneuvering at this time.
Yeah.
Happens sometimes in these games when you're looking one direction and
Oh my God, these guys are slaughtered.
oh man, they're just getting in there. Oh. There, yeah, they're just getting hit. Alright. Then over here, they're coming in with their
That's
spears.
the last of the Falksmen.
Yeah, I think this is, and they're fighting 2 units of spearmen.
That's a one unit that's fading.
Oh, although, yeah, you can see a fight there of what the Foxman looks like going after him. Oh, and yeah, just like you said, he had length on him. And now the Foxmen are trying to get out of there.
Yeah, and
But
they're running for it.
Yeah, they're like, we don't have armor, you
They're
do.
running right into a mountain. And somebody said trees.
The battle of the flaming trees.
This is,
Our general is dead.
where did they start? Where did the fire come from?
I'm not quite sure. There was several people have been firing flames, although I thought the flaming weapons were out. Ooh, and they're coming at them with the shields. They're like, you know what? We're done with this.
They're putting the shields up to stop the arrows and just leaving themselves open to the sword.
Yeah, with the spearmen like right in front of them.
Right behind them, back them up.
Oh, they did cause the. Oh, there we go, and that's it. The Visigoths have been defeated by the Romans. Yeah. Well, that'll do it for us here. If you're a Visigoth, it was a bad day for you. But thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to watch more of our nonsense. And happy gaming, everybody.
Okay, now, see, this is what I understand. The Romans lost. In the long run, they actually lost the whole thing. And these guys, they're getting creamed every day of the week. They had the fleet. What happens? Roman beat the crap out of them in, what, 15 minutes?